What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch Season 1, Episode 10, the finale of The Pacific. Just to also say, I will be watching the companion piece, Anatomy of a War, as well. It's a little 10-minute thing that I will include. I'm very interested. So I'm going to watch Episode 10. I'm then going to immediately go into Anatomy of a War, and then I'll have a discussion all at the end. I don't want to split up the discussion. Last episode was amazing. Amazing in terms of episode, like quality of episode. Obviously amazing, not in the visuals that I'm seeing. I wanted to cry a couple times. I wanted to scream. I wanted to fucking strangle people. I wanted to cry. You know, like, amazing episode. That episode is what any episode of TV should strive to be. It was a perfect episode. Horrifying. Oh my god. I'm excited for this one. I expect a very much like an epilogue sort of thing, showing these guys struggling to acclimate to life back home. I hope we do see Lena again as well. So I'm ready to get into it. If you guys like the video, please drop a like, leave a comment. Well, actually, whoa. Before I get into that, I do want to say one more thing. I just want to remind people, again, there is a third, I don't know if you call them a companion show, but a show made by some of the same people, Masters of the Air, that I'm going to watch for the channel, but it's not going to air next week. There's going to be about a 3 or 4 week break in between, because my schedule was really packed. I had to move stuff around. I had to move Masters of the Air back. So remember, there's going to be a 4-week break, and then I'm going to watch 2 Masters of the Air episodes a week. So it's going to be done pretty fast. So look forward to that. Stay tuned if you're interested. But remember, if you like my content, please like, comment, and most importantly, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you want to see my full-length reactions, go to my Patreon. It really helps me out. And if you like my content, it'd be a good deal for you. You know what I mean? So, but I am ready to get into it. So let's go.
The Japs surrendered. The war's over.
Yeah!
President on the radio. The war's over.
I have goosebumps. Everyone leaves the fucking broken beater down. Men.
Got a nice little party going on down there, Lieutenant.
Ah, little victory party. Can't believe it's over, huh? Sort of, what do you do now?
Try to live, if you can.
What do we do now? What an idiot. Well, I'll show you what I'm doing now.
You gonna share some? Yeah, this looks like a fucking comic book. This is like the perfect goddamn city.
There, you can keep the change.
I ain't touching that. Might have jumped into Normandy, but at least I got some liberties in London and Paris. Gyrenes, you got nothing but jungle rot and malaria. Come home.
I got goosebumps, man. I really want people to understand this, even though I have problems with the government and the military in general. The men, the specific men, the singular men who go over there. Fucking heroes. You know what I mean?
Well, we'll get this stuff out of here first
I
thing.
don't know where we're gonna put it all.
Well, half this junk we can
Jesus
throw away.
Christ.
Plugged it all up here.
Oh, that was 4 years ago.
I'll clear a corner and make do.
Absolutely not.
How fucking easy to just forget about him?
Let's give him a moment.
Doesn't feel like a warm welcome. I'm not saying it's the most negative thing in the world, but just seems kind of, you know what I mean? A little cold. Obviously, you know about some of the issues, you know. But...
I'm Mariel Shelton. How about I take you to the back of the train? You can show me your caboose.
I was gonna say Slava.
Can I tell you?
This man has negative riz.
I suppose I'm gonna have to get a job, too.
Doing what?
I don't know. Anything between digging ditches and owning a bank. First, I gotta get Florence home. Wait, Florence from Melbourne? Mm-hmm.
You shipping her all the way over here. This the first we hear about it?
Come on, Snaff, I was in Okinawa. About it then. Well, when's she coming? I don't know. I cabled her, but we've been at sea. I guess I'm gonna find out soon enough whether I'm getting married or not. What about you, Sledgehammer?
Get a new dog? I don't know.
I'm just hoping this Florence girl comes to her senses.
You got a job lined up in Mobile?
No.
No
No job, no girl, no thought of the future. Everything comes to a halt.
You boys watch. I'm gonna get that girl.
You've been saying that about every girl since.
Yeah, it sounds ominous.
Mrs. Basilone. I'm Lena.
I recognize you from the photos Johnny sent.
This shit will make me cry. Stop it! No! I can't cry. Yeah, there's a tinge of awkwardness, but you know what I mean?
Nice
Like,
home.
we both cared about the same person, but we didn't really interact that much, you know?
Do you need anything?
No, I'm not here for...
John's insurance money is gonna help you out, right, Lena?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Actually, he never signed the papers.
Never signed? It's $10,000.
It's okay. I'm all right.
I'm here for the love, man.
I came by because I thought you should have this.
Oh my god, I got the goosebumps. Oh, Jesus. I've been watching a lot of fucking TV on this channel. Some of the most intense goosebumps. I just want to give me a hug, please. I want a hug. Someone please hug her. No. Stop it.
There's my little brother.
You're Texas.
No sign of Florence.
Melbourne's a hell of a long way, Bergie. It'll take Florence a while to get from Australia to here.
How do you even keep in contact with these guys? You know what I mean? Like, do we, like, remember the phone numbers, or?
And all you did to keep us from getting our full head shut off.
You're good Marines.
Oh, dude! I just want to sit here and fucking cry my eyes out, dude.
So, now you're back. I'm guessing you're here for a job.
Don't give me it?
That's why they made you the editor. I'll take my former position.
I don't know if you're gonna get it.
That guy you got writing the column right now. He's got no snap, no style. Rose just lays there like spilled ink on newsprint. You need to send him to Obits and give me his desk.
I do.
For the sake of the paper.
Talking a big game, I don't know.
And when did you see me demoting him and hiring you? Today.
Bergen Catholic plays Don Bosco Prep this afternoon. Kickoff is at 3, so...
Yeah, look, you're mighty confident, but I think you might got to find a new spot.
$10 a week raise will do it.
I will give you 7.
I'd have taken 5.
Okay, I guess so. Gotta dig your head into something, you know what I mean? You girl, when's your girl gonna get here?
What are you looking at?
You a Jap? Honestly, because you sneak up like one.
You are spying on Vera Keller. My God.
Ma.
I was just looking out the goddamn window.
With this mess.
Stop nagging me, Ma.
Your dress blues. You've never even worn them.
Watch your wallet. What did you watch?
I want to see people hug. You gotta say goodbye to him. Come on.
Let me just see if she can come to the door.
You finally gonna get something? You finally gonna... Did you even send those fucking letters? Like, seems like there's no relationship at all. So he might have just been writing the... Stay sane.
Becky. You're back.
I was afraid you wouldn't remember me either.
I remember you. Last time I saw you was in church right before you shipped out.
Oh, wow.
So, you look well.
Come... Lecky, this is your opportunity for the ultimate Riz. You gotta do this.
I'm wondering if you would grant me the pleasure of taking you out.
You want to take me out?
Yes, I do.
I have a date tonight. When the doorbell rang, I thought you were him.
Oh, that's cringy. Oh, that's cringy.
Robert Leckie.
Charles Dunworthy. Be right.
Army, huh, Charlie? Where'd you serve?
I just graduated.
Oh, put your dick on the table.
Lieutenant. Congratulations. Too bad you missed the whole show. Vera,
Right in front of him?
how about another time? Maybe tomorrow?
No, you dirty dog!
I just asked Vera if she'd like to have dinner.
Nice try. She's not interested.
I think she might be.
Actually, I don't have any plans for tomorrow.
Oh my god. Lucky you dog.
Really?
Well, we gonna have she gonna be free tonight too. Well, I guess you're free tonight too. Say it. Say it. Lucky.
It looks like I am free for dinner tonight.
Oh, you. I need to take notes. No, I don't. No, I do not.
You're staring.
Easy to stare at. I'm sorry.
3 years ago, in a miserable part of the Pacific, I was laying in the mud dreaming about a moment like this with you.
That's he's got me smitten.
In the mud.
Afraid so.
You must have been through a lot.
I got through thinking of you, baby.
Well, here we are. So what's next?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
And why me? Why not Rita?
You're beautiful. You're smart. You're funny. I don't know. Just whip out all the good adjectives.
Because I know you.
Bob, you don't really know me.
Looking from afar the entire time.
I think I don't know how to do this.
Bob, you're doing fine. This is fine.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. You don't have to do anything. It's a good-looking man. I'll take him.
You know, I wrote you a lot of letters while I was over there.
You did? I didn't get any.
Didn't send
I
him.
never sent them.
Why?
Scared you throw in the trash?
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna make it, so it didn't matter if I sent them or not.
Can I read them now?
Oh.
I don't have them anymore.
Oh.
Rain on Cape Gloucester erased every word.
What were they like, these letters?
Best stuff I ever wrote.
Oh my god. There we go.
You gonna take this from me or what?
Good to see you, Eugene.
Just kiss already. Oh my god.
What do you remember about Mary Houston?
Mary Houston?
Yeah.
The Mary Houston?
That bad chick lived down the street.
Well, like everybody else in Mobile, I was in love with Mary Houston.
That's too bad for you.
Got your hooks into her?
Yeah, sure she will. The minute she goes blind.
Well, I asked her. She said yes. So you're just gonna have to deal with it, brother.
You're saying that Mary Houston is gonna be Mary Houston Phillips?
You damn right. This episode is just Riz episode and poor Lena.
Well, what am I gonna hear next? The Marshalls landed downtown or setting up a hotel?
I want you to be my best man.
Aww.
If you think...
I'm gonna stand at the altar while you're living my dream. Man, give me a fucking hug. Put the goddamn hand down. Come in, please. Hug him. Baby boy's back home. You should have never left. But I'm glad you at least made it back. But I was gonna be a part of it with you. What a beautiful souvenir. Let's hang it up in the living room. That's fucking... Oh my god. Like, some people come back with PTSD so strong that it's debilitating. Like, you can't do anything. You can't get a job. You can't do this. You can't do that. Like,
Only nurses, and they were off limits.
Jesus H, you went through the entire war and retained your virginity?
me and the boys had a... No.
Single girl in Mobile is out to land a fighting man. At the OOM ball, you'll have a leg up on all those desk pilots.
Who says I want a leg up on anybody?
You show up at that ball, decked out in your uniform, all the ripe fruit will fall off the tree right at your feet.
No, Edward, I don't believe I will.
You're gonna pass on the OOM ball?
No. I don't believe I will ever put on a uniform again.
That's the smartest thing he's fucking said. Got a single woman lining up outside waiting for, you know what I mean? Like, you go to like an abortion clinic, there's people protesting outside. There's just women waiting outside anytime there's a veteran meetup.
Any journalism?
None at all.
Any engineering, technical skills?
I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't think like you're a failure or anything like that.
Isn't there anything the Marine Corps taught you that you can continue at Bantam Polly?
Don't fucking... What the... Get this girl off the fucking line! What kind of bullshit did she just say?
They taught me how to kill chaps.
That's what they fucking tell you.
I got pretty damn good at it.
Fucking help me out here.
How did all this happen? I mean, look at us, Sid.
You're just fucking kids and now.
Sitting here at a dance, drinking punch. Not a scratch on either of us.
The guilt, the shame, you know what I mean? Think for the rest of your life, you think about all this fucking men you lost.
Gotta pull yourself out of bed in the morning and get on with the day. You do that enough times in a row, you forget some things.
You're not ever gonna forget some of the things.
For a while, anyway.
That's
Sidney Phillips.
the best sort of advice you can give, you know what I mean?
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those that trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
No, what the fuck are you doing?
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Oh my god, just stop eye fucking and get to it.
I thought we'd start at what's left that old fence down by the creek.
You want to shoot anything? Give him a hug.
Eugene?
I'm sorry.
Nothing to be fucking sorry for.
I can't.
It's all right. You don't have to apologize to me, Eugene.
Jesus Christ.
I reckon the dove population's going to be mighty happy this morning.
You don't have to do anything you don't want to for the rest of your fucking life.
I'm sure Edward could arrange a starting position for you at the bank.
I'm never gonna work in a bank, Mother.
Well, you need to make a plan for the future.
You gotta give me some time. Of course, he can't do nothing for the rest of his life. You know what I mean? But, like, this man has earned something.
Leave him alone, Mary Frank.
The boy is idle, Edward.
He's not a boy.
But he's acting like one.
He's fucking... Fuck you, fuck.
Frank, you have no idea what men like him have been through. Now go on. Let him be.
Again, you don't have to... Again, he's not a kid. You don't have to lecture him. He knows that he has to do something eventually. He's not gonna do nothing for the rest of his life, but... just earned a little bit of a break. You know what I mean? What fucking atrocities happened to each of these men? Nice fucking job. Someone's gonna have a horrible death where they died fucking really early. Nice. Let's go! Yeah! Damn, 2001, not a good year. Sledge, Lucky, and 9/11. Damn, everyone looks like a goddamn actor. Raritan, New Jersey. Maybe where's Raritan? Maybe I need to head over to it. I'm in New Jersey. There's yet to again when they went to Band of Brothers. There was some people who like died horribly, fucking gruesome deaths early on in their life. You know what I mean? But none of that so far, other than Barcelona, obviously. But we saw that. Wow. Jesus. Why the fuck they need... Not in a disrespectful way, like, why they need to remind me of that? Again, I'm obviously going to talk about that, but I am going to watch the complimentary piece, Anatomy of a War, real quick. It's 10 minutes long, so it's not too long, so let's get into that.
Very strong belief in Bushido, death before dishonor, and they didn't respect a soldier.
This is what made Japan unique, that would bring dishonor to yourself.
Your bloodline.
An empire that would permit Japan to defend itself against all comers, now and forever.
Japan is willing to risk war to have the economic empire it desires.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to talk throughout this. This is just kind of interesting.
America's really fractured and fragmented. You know, we can strike a decisive blow morale.
Idiotic. An idiotic move.
Pearl Harbor gets us into a war, an attack on American
I
territory.
know it wasn't as successful as they planned, but also, even if it was successful, an idiotic plan, right?
How could they win under such circumstances? Believed that the one trump card they had was what they call Japanese spirit.
Why was there any...
Had the fucking power of friendship. You know, come on, bro. We got better guns.
This is the propaganda, and it basically says 100 million hearts beating as one.
You can remember a Japanese soldier running at...
Again, for me, I don't think that any country or government or anything is more important than yourself. You know what I mean? I'm not saying put yourself over everyone else, but I'm just saying that, like, don't give your life for it.
There's a portrayal of them as monkeys, rats, rapists, and barbarians.
And the Japanese looked at the Americans the same way, and they said, oh, these people are apes.
When you're in war, everyone's got to be against each other, you know what I mean?
Thousands of years, the Americans had befouled their bloodlines by becoming a mongrel nation.
Killing easier because I'm shooting beasts, I'm killing monkeys, I'm killing...
That's what I've talked about the dangers of propaganda in this reaction series, you know what I mean? That's why I'm not, like, 100%, like, praise the military, like...
Whether ending the war with Japan would literally involve killing every last man, woman, and child in Japan.
Jesus.
In the tens and tens and tens of thousands, but the Americans were taking enormous casualties also that were...
The Japanese leadership think it's worth it, you know what I mean?
Hair used to come up on the back of my neck when I was around Japanese for a long time after the war. Or somewhere up about 1970-something, I softened up a whole lot. Those guys were doing like we were doing, what they had to, I guess.
That feeling toward Japanese.
Again, the Japanese mindset might have been a little more extreme, but it's still the same people. You know what I mean?
But I have a different feeling towards civilians than I did to soldiers. I never hated them.
There was no sense of animosity.
It's good to hear that too, because again, I've heard stories of people who come back and they're insanely racist against people they have fought against, or, you know what I mean? That's all you can fucking hope for, you know what I mean? Okay, that was the season finale, or the show finale of The Pacific, as well as the special Anatomy of a War. I'm going to start off with the little piece there again. I'm not going to talk about it for too long because it was more of like a historical documentary piece. But I thought it was very well done. Again, very hyper fixated on like the Japanese mindset and that enemy, if that makes any sense. again, like, it's something I didn't talk about throughout my reactions, but something that has been very prevalent in my thinking. I just don't know if I said it out loud, but like, in addition to all this like PTSD and thinking about your dead comrades and all that, like, they touched on it there. I have heard of people who come back, you know what I mean, from Vietnam War, and they fucking hate Vietnamese people. People who go to, you know what I mean, the Pacific, and they fucking hate Japanese people. That's another, again, a laundry list of fucking negatives of the war. You know what I mean? And I want to repeat this. The war was for a good cause. I don't want anyone to mistake what I'm saying. But when you get down and dirty, you get to the specifics of it, there's so many problems. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. Some people come back and they perpetuate that extreme racism and something like racism, which I'm sure, I would hope that most of you guys fucking agree with me that racism is bad. I know that's a simple take. You know, it's not fucking crazy what I said. You don't want that to continue. You know what I mean? I almost feel like sometimes with the propaganda that gives an excuse for that racism to breed even more, if that makes any sense. So, but I did really enjoy that. I love seeing some of the creators, because that's another thing too. Again, taking a step back from the war and the actual reality, the historical reality that happened. You know, again, this is a TV show made by producers and directors and all that. I feel like they did an excellent job. Because it felt so real, it felt so dirty and visceral and, like I said, real. And I think that the only way you can create a story like that, a piece of, you know what I mean, television, is by having educated creators. And I think that that documentary right there just showcases that. You know what I mean? They know what the hell they're talking about. They did a lot of research and a lot of thought and a lot of interviews and a lot of conversations about what actually went down. And again, I said this last episode, and I hope I can say it in a way that people don't, you know what I mean? Sometimes when talking about this war stuff, I don't want to mistake what I'm saying and people don't understand me. Again, propaganda. Everything has propaganda. Everything is this, everything is that, you know what I mean? Again, one of my problems that I think is misconstrued sometimes in the comments about what I think about the military is that in order to get people to be in the military, you have to propagandize everything. You have to recruit people. And the way you do that is, hey, you'll be a hero, you'll be a savior, you'll have a fun time. Fun time, obviously. Exaggerating. But you know what I mean? You'll be fine. And then some people come back not fine. Some people come back absolutely horrible. And I think this show did an excellent job at that. It didn't sugarcoat anything. You know, these people who went there, who were in our military, are heroes. You know what I mean? They're very brave and they're very heroic, but also at the same time, it's not like they went there and, again, it's not sunshines and rainbows. They fucking struggled. They went through some serious shit. And it's heartbreaking. It's fucking heartbreaking. In specific, like this episode, the finale was phenomenal. You know what I mean? But even like I'm still reeling from like episode 9. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like that's one of those things, and obviously, you know, with how depressing Band of Brothers in the Pacific are, this not no matter how good they are, it's sure I'm not gonna like rewatch them every fucking month. You know what I mean? Probably something I watch like every 2 or 3 years. But like last episode was one of the all-time great episodes of TV for me. Like truly. I watched a lot of TV. I'm a TV nerd. I've got a film degree. I've got an unhealthy obsession with television. But like the emotional impact that the last couple episodes had on me is crazy. Like this episode, you know, with the Lena stuff and a lot of the stuff with Sledge, I wanted to fucking burst out in tears. The scene of Sledge's dad fucking hugging him, like that's just, oh my god, dude. Like I met a fucking great dad. You know what I mean? Like knew the dangers and the what could possibly happen, not just death. You know what I mean? But like the emotional, mental impact that could happen to his son, and didn't want him to go. You know what I mean? And when you're a young kid, and that's what Sledge was when he went there. When you're a kid, you're being held back. You feel like you're being babied. It adds to that like level of like I want to go even more, if that makes any sense. But you cannot blame the dad at all. You know what I mean? He doesn't want his fucking son to die. He doesn't want his son to be depressed. He doesn't want his son to be mentally fucked up. He wants to protect his baby boy. And it's just hard. You know what I mean? Because, again, Sledge comes back and he's trying to put on a good face and he breaks down in front of his dad. The first thing he says, I'm sorry. There's nothing to fucking be sorry for. You know what I mean? There's absolutely... You did nothing wrong, okay? If anything, you have been wronged. So it's that was heartbreaking. The Lena scene was heartbreaking. And again, I do want to say this. Very realistically done. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know... Again, it's based off of real life, but not every single scene is an exact real event that happened in real life. You know what I mean? You can fictionalize a lot of stuff to make it better for the screen. But the acting in that scene was so incredible. It felt so real because there was a tinge of awkwardness. But as the scene progressed, there was that love and the connection, because there was a connection. It's the most important connection you can have with someone, having loved someone. You know. So I thought that was heartbreaking, and I almost did I had tears in my eyes. I had to hold him from running down the cheek, but it was really fucking close. I got to be honest. Again, so just some of the basic stuff about the Pacific. Quality-wise, 10 out of 10. Like, I'm talking like the music, the editing, the cinematography, the acting was fucking incredible. The only technical complaint is something I did mention, and this was pretty prevalent in the first half of the season. It got a lot better the second half. It was pretty goddamn dark a couple times, so that was a little too dark at points. But again, it didn't like ruin the fucking show for me or anything like that. Something I want to do real quick before I forget to do it. I'm gonna rank the Pacific season 1 compared to all season 1s of TV I've ever watched. Now, just recently I did redo my list, and I know that Band of Brothers, 1, 2, 3. Band of Brothers ended up being my 34th favorite season 1, and I want to preface this by saying, first of all, I've seen a lot of TV. I've seen a lot of fucking TV, but I had Band of Brothers right below Chernobyl, and the Pacific, I think I liked more than both of them, so I'm going to put the Pacific as my 33rd favorite season 1. But I want to preface this by saying I don't want any angry comments. I am a TV fan, okay? This felt real. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't feel like a fictionalized, story-driven, you know what I mean, season. It felt like I'm watching fucking a documentary. That's essentially what it felt like. So the reason those aren't like the top 10 is because quality-wise, it's some of the greatest television ever crafted. 10 out of 10 episodes, 10 out of 10 acting, like you know what I mean, analytically or whatever. They're some of the best television that's ever been made. But just in terms of like purely telling a story and with characters and all that, it's, you know what I mean, it's different. It's different. It's a different breed. You know what I mean? I find it funny how I don't want to sound like I'm bitter or whatever, but I feel like it's a little bit of a hypocritical thing to be in the comments to like rag on me for going, oh, stop calling it a TV show or stop calling it fake. It's real. It's real, and it is real, okay? But then also don't come at me because I ranked Band of Brothers a little lower than you guys would have, or have it lower than fucking Shogun or something like that. It's just it's more story driven. It's more narrative driven, and that is what I like. I like fiction. You know, it's okay to like fiction more than nonfiction. It's your interests are your interests. You know what I mean? But again, I want to repeat, in terms of the quality, that is one of the absolute greatest seasons of TV I've ever watched. Just in terms of the full-blown story, there are a lot more things that I preferred. But again, I watched a lot of TV, so it's not like it was like 33 out of 50. No, it's like 33 out of like 80 or 90 or 100. You know what I mean? It's really good. Okay. But yeah, Lecky, Sledge, I would say are easily my two favorite characters. I fucking love them. I'd probably say third was Snafu, fourth was Basilone, and fifth was Lena. Again, I thought excellent cast. Again, giving compliments to the Pacific over Band of Brothers. I thought that the characters were better in terms of like the main 3 or 4. You know what I mean? I thought that there was more, specifically this show a lot more than Band of Brothers. It felt like Sledge and Lecky, I combined their names. It felt like Sledge and Lecky were like the two main characters, the two protagonists of their own little stories, if that makes any sense. And I thought that they were sublime. Like, they would make, like, you know, my top characters in TV history list, if that makes any sense. I fucking loved them. Their stories, I connected to them. I wanted to cry for them. I wanted to hug them. I wanted to yell at them. Like, it was perfect. It was fucking perfect. And again, I'm not saying I disliked. I've never disliked a character in either of these shows. You know what I mean? Even if they do some horrible shit, like a lot of them are just driven by their surroundings, if that makes any sense. So there was a level of sympathy in there. But again, Band of Brothers, it felt very episodic. It felt very much like each episode, new focus character, and then some of them you don't ever see again. They just get the one focus episode, whereas the Pacific kind of felt more of like a cohesive, story-driven thing. So in that regard, like I said, there were a couple characters that I liked a decent amount more than any Band of Brothers characters. But yeah, this really emotionally impacted me. Wanted to make me cry a couple times. Again, the standout, episode 9, the penultimate, such a fucking standout. One of the most gruesome, bloody, brutal, yet, like, again, emotionally impactful. You know, I've seen a fucking 3,000 people get shot and killed in, you know, Band of Brothers and Pacific. But something about that penultimate episode, how just, I don't even know any more fucking adjectives to describe it as. It was just horrifying. You know what I mean? So, great episode, great. And again, I don't want to skip it over. And like the finale was amazing as well. Again, it felt very much like an epilogue, but in epilogue in terms of the war, with the war being over. But it wasn't an epilogue in terms of when the war ends, the people go home. Like the story doesn't end in real life. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like we drop the bombs and yay, woo, and then we go home and we would forget about everyone who those people who went through that had to have to live for it for the rest of their life. You know, some people had PTSD so bad I'm sure they went home and they committed suicide. Sadly, some people were in states of depression for years and years and years. Some people couldn't work jobs for a good portion of their life. Like it can impact people in so many different ways, in so many deep ways that it carries with them. And I thought that this did a phenomenal job at that. In my opinion. Again, this isn't a negative, but obviously Band of Brothers didn't do that. It really just ended a little bit after the war. In Pacific, it felt like we saw everybody go home and everybody have to live with what they did, what was done to them. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed and respected that part of the show, of this episode. You know what I mean? Again, stuff like that. And there's another thing too that I want to say. You know, if you think about Band of Brothers pretty much immediately started off in the war. You know, you get an episode of boot camp, essentially, and a training, and then episode 2 is the war, and you're essentially at the war till the very end. Because even like the last episode, like the war is over, but they're still deployed. You know what I mean? The format of this series was a little different, and I think maybe you could say like maybe a little bit of a slower start than Band of Brothers, but in terms of the emotional connection that the audience has to these men, I feel like it did wonders for it because you know, it took 1 or 2 episodes to get to know everyone. When we saw them, we didn't jump in straight to the war or them deployed. We saw some of them at home and dealing with their family and talking, and I think that added so much to their characters. Again, I don't want anyone to present. They're based off real people, but if you're making a TV show, you have to present them as characters. So I thought that aspect was phenomenal. I really did. Again, action was great. Sound design, really fucking good. Everything about it. Again, Sledge's actor was the best actor on the show for me. He did a fucking great job. And obviously Rami Malek too. And again, I talked many times about how I fucking love Rami Malek. You know, his performance in Mr. Robot is one of the all-time great performances in TV. And I thought that he did a phenomenal job. I feel like Snafu is like an underrated character for me in terms of the like screen time that I give to talk to him post-episode. But I fucking loved him. Again, one of my absolute favorite characters of the show. Again, it almost felt like a protective brother, if that makes any sense. So, man. This fucking show, dude. And I'm interested too, because obviously, you know, I finished Band of Brothers, I've finished The Pacific, I have to watch Masters of the Air next. And again, I don't know anything about it. I don't know any actors in that one at all. That one, I get the vibe that it's not as universally praised as the first two. Yeah, I know that the Masters of the Air isn't even on HBO, so I don't know if it's exactly made by like all of the same people or just a couple of the same people. I don't really know. I didn't want to do any research. I didn't want to do any research. I didn't want to get spoiled or anything if there were any spoilers to be given to me. But I'm excited for it. I really am. I think it's a lot more modern. Again, this one was, I think Pacific was made in like 2010 or 2011, something like that. I think Masters of the Air was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I could be wrong in saying that, but I don't know. So, but I'm intrigued by it. I really am. Again, Masters of the Air, I'm going to assume it's Air Force related. So that, again, just that format to me feels a little bit different. Well, not a little bit. It feels a lot different than the other two shows where they're on foot and in trenches and shit like that. I don't know how that works. Again, I would assume we're not in airplanes the entire fucking episode, or all 9 episodes of it. But I'm intrigued to see the format of how they do that, if that makes any sense. So this was a fucking ride. I appreciate you guys for watching with me. I appreciate you guys for recommending it, you know what I mean? Because this was it was great. I'll say this again. I just want to remind people, when I finish Masters, again, I'm taking a 3 or 4 week break after this episode airs on YouTube. Then Masters of the Air will resume, like, a month later, you know what I mean? And then I think it's either the month of December or the month of January. I am doing a shit ton of World War II movie reactions, so I'm just gonna pick my favorite ones. Not my favorite ones, but the ones that I am most excited to watch. So please, you can use the comment section as a area to just drop some recommendations. Again, I know about Saving Private Ryan, and I know some of the big ones. You know what I mean? I'm gonna watch Schindler's List. So if there's any semi-obscure ones that you think would be really good, drop the name of the movie, drop where I can watch it, and drop any sort of facts or interesting tidbits about it that you think would intrigue me into watching it. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I really appreciate you guys for watching this. It was you're welcome for almost crying. I will see you guys, like I said, I'll see you guys in like about a month for Masters of the Air. It's gonna be 2 episodes a week. There's only 9 episodes, so it's going to be done in 5 weeks. So look forward to that. But I will see you guys. If you guys like the video, please drop a like, leave a comment. I'd appreciate it. I've got the Flying Thrashers up on Patreon. It is $10 a month for live action shows. Check it out if you're interested. If you're watching this like the day that I release this, you know what I mean? Masters of the Air is not on my Patreon. But if you're watching this in like 3 or 4 weeks, there's a decent chance that I have started Masters of the Air on there. So, just go to my Patreon, look at my recent posts, and if you see Masters of the Air and you're interested in seeing the reactions, join it if you're interested. But finally, most importantly, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. It really helps me out. And I will see you guys for Masters of the Air. You guys have a good one.